You know, I always say this, Big Brandon Carter is the #1 fan, the #1 supporter of our channel, of our company, of me. I love Brandon Carter. We have so much like brotherly love, so much brotherhood. The guy's just fantastic. So I'm gonna tell you a bit of our story, how I met him, how I became friends with him, how I became his brother, how I did seminars for his list, converted in an amazing way, provided tons of value to his tribe, to his guys, presented at his Renegade Summit. If you don't know those lectures or those speeches that I made, they're amazing. I go all out, really talk about my pain, my suffering, my autobiography essentially. So go look that up, Renegade Summit. I think there's 4 parts to it. I'm wearing like a nice suit, big ass beard, and it's pretty dope. Now, Brandon Carter was the first person who we got to come to Strength Camp Challenge. He was the first one. And then, you know, it went on after that. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tip on this concept of friendship, building authentic connections, how to go about becoming a leader of a tribe, how to go about influence, how to go about persuasion. So the trick here is this. A lot of people ask me, Farhan, how did you get 12 of the biggest YouTube fitness celebrities to come to St. Pete, Florida, in the middle of nowhere for the Strength Camp Challenge? How the fuck did you do that? Nobody does that. Arnold Classic doesn't even have that. The Europa doesn't even have that. I mean, you had the best event ever, inviting the most famous people, and you did it all on your own. How did you do it? What was the trick? So let me give you a trick first. It's like nice dogs nearby, beautiful. Let me give you the trick first, and then I'm going to continue to talk about Brandon Carter and get in a little bit about how our bond has increased and what's happened in the past with us. Now, the thing with the trick is this: if you want to influence a certain situation, and remember, it's not manipulation or being deceptive, right? This is not like some trickery. It is being authentic, providing real value. So in this case, because I wanted to get all 12 YouTube celebrities, the first thing I did was get the, let's call it the low-hanging fruit. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way at all, because I know that Brandon Carter is very good friends with Elliot Hulse. So when we ask Brandon to come to the Strength Camp Challenge, he's not gonna say no. You understand? So first person to accept the invitation was Big Brandon Carter. Shout out to you, bro, love you. So now, I'm gonna get into why he's so badass and why you should follow him if you're not already, and what makes him different from every other YouTube person I know, especially in fitness and inspiration, motivation, and the noggin, intelligence. And the guy has a big heart, man, big heart, Brandon Carter. Now, let's talk about, what I did. So here's a trick. Once you get someone to come to a certain event, right? So in this case, Strength Camp Challenge, we got Brandon Carter to come. The next person was Kino Body. And I know that Kino Body is a very good friend of Brandon Carter. So when I say, hey, Greg, Brandon's coming, he's in. And what's interesting is this. He was gonna come anyway, right? Because he loves Elliot Hulse, he's a big fan, and we're a big fan of Greg's. I'm a big fan of Kino Body Greg, amazing dude. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I met him in another video. We're gonna talk about Greg in another video. This is about Brandon Carter. Now, so the trick is, you know how you go to a party and someone's like, who's coming, right? Oh, let's go to a movie. Who's coming? Hey, let's go hiking. Who are the people, right? It's always this social thing. People always wanna know who's coming, right? Because they wanna, first of all, you wanna be around cool people. So if you get bored, you can at least look at them and talk to them. If they're beautiful, then you have some eye candy. But other times, you trust other people, right? So if someone you trust is coming to something, then because of social proof, and they have credibility because you respect them, you're gonna go to that event too, right? So that is the trick, one of the tricks that I used for getting all the Strength Camp people. And I even did a little bit of lying. So what I would do is I would not gonna name names because that might not be good, but I would, somebody would be like, hey, is this person coming? And I hadn't even asked, and I knew that they're good friends, so I'd say, yeah, of course. He already said yes. And then the person I was talking to said yes. And then I called up the other person and I said, hey, this guy said yes, you in? And he would say yes too. And this always worked, thank God. And then they never knew that this lying happened. So these are the sort of naughty, cheeky tricks, but it's very authentic. Remember, you can trick someone, you can act, you can improvise, but your heart, corazón, is clear. Clear intent, pure intent. That's all that matters. Remember that. Today, one of my friends, Ross, amazing guy, he wrote me this text. He goes, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't know the exact wording. He goes, the continuous process of annihilation, annihilating yourself, the continuous process of that enables you to find something inside that is indestructible. What do you think about that? Comment below. What is your interpretation of that quote? If you want me to repeat, I'll do it again. And again, I'm paraphrasing. The continuous annihilation of oneself enables us to get to that one thing inside that is indestructible. Wow, fantastic. Back to Brandon Carter. Now, when we started interacting at the Strength Camp Challenge, it was all dope. He was always wondering, like, what is this Farhan doing? Like, this guy, he's a doctor, he's a PhD neuroscience, very intellectual, very smart, very clever. What the hell is he doing at a gym? What the hell is he doing this fitness shit and deadlifts and squats? What is he doing with Elliot? What is all this shit, right? And he saw me interacting with Elliot. Elliot called me like the doctor who resurrected, the doctor who resurrected the Strength Camp Challenge because it was going to shit, and I came and made it amazing, the best ever, right? So he always talked about how zzz, you make something alive, and I was doing that. I resuscitated the Strength Camp Challenge. Resuscitate, not resurrect, but in any case, maybe even resurrect, like Jesus. So Brandon Carter always wondered these things, right? So I would be talking to someone, Mike Rashid, or I would be talking to Chris Jones or the Baileys or Kino Body, and Brandon would be listening, trying to get a clue for what am I up to, right? He was always listening because he was always curious. There's always this link between us from the beginning, right? And I never revealed it. I kept it to myself. I was mysterious. I was this man of mystery, James Bond type character. And Brandon really liked that because it made him not be bored, right? He was always wondering. I always kept him on his toes. And I didn't do it as a trick. It's just who I am. I'm naughty. And I try to play games, try to do new things, gamify things, right? Anyway, if you don't know, I'm on my 36th hour of fasting. I just recorded a video about Seneca. Now I'm recording a video about Brandon Carter. My God, amazing. I bet you he reads Seneca too. If you haven't seen the Seneca video, maybe it hasn't come out yet, but if it has, go check it out. It's my Dead Mentor series, and this is my live mentor, Brandon Carter. So yeah, and then finally, when I mentioned the word Doc Testosterone once, he figured it out, and he was like, "Oh, that's what you're doing. That's what you've been hiding from me." It was amazing. So that's sort of like the story, the relationship I have with Brandon. And then after that, we've shot videos together. He's interviewed me for his Alpha series where he talked about testosterone for an hour. We were at a golf, one of those Top Golf things. We went there with his guys. Brian is another fantastic, badass person who is Brandon's right-hand man. His entire team is fantastic. I love all of those guys. Really, really cool. And last time, so I've done seminars with him twice now. The first one we did, it was part of his monthly seminar webinar thing. And I converted means sold product, better than any other person he's ever had in the last 10 years. And now it's been 11 years. Imagine. I go to his channel and we are so good together. We are such a good bond, such a good like bromance that I converted better than anyone else he's ever done. Better than Ty, better than Kinobody, better than RSD, better than everyone. And I'm just gonna say it because it's true, right? I'm not like trying to show off, it's just the fucking fact. I'm just fucking amazing. No, we gotta stay humble. So that's what happened with Brandon. And then I went to Renegade Summit. He was actually here in Toronto. It was fantastic. My God, it was so great. We had Honest Signals was there. Greg was there. It was really interesting. There was a little bit of ego there because the last person was Vince Del Monte to go. You know, this OG, the guy who taught Elliot Hulse how to make funnels. And I went right before him, and I went after Kinobody. So there was a little bit of, you know, like ego that I kind of felt like, you know, the person who goes last, obviously Vince is gonna go last, but the fact that I went right before Vince, thank you, Brandon, for doing that. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel valuable. It makes me feel like alpha. And someone who's a leader of men, leader of women. So thank you for that, Brandon. If you're watching this, thank you, man. And if you haven't actually subscribed to Brandon Carter's channel, go do it. Big Brandon Carter. Add him on Facebook. Join his Facebook group. Join his Instagram group. And for us, if you haven't joined Biggest Balls in the Game, balls with a Z, do it right away. 30-day challenges, exclusive content only for the Facebook group, a badass family community of amazing individuals, exclusive video content, audio content. I do these little snippets of things that I'm thinking during the day, and I ask for your comments. That's going fantastic. A lot of engagement, so continue that. If you haven't added us on Instagram, it's Doc Testosterone on Instagram. A lot of new photos coming up soon, a lot of good content, a lot of good insights, you know, short bits here and there, very short videos, you know, those 1-minute videos for Instagram also coming up. So go watch that. That's the story with Brandon. Like really, really great. He's been on our channel. I've been on his channel. He's been very humble, a lot of gratitude for him, a lot of respect for Brandon Carter. And that's how we met. And now we're very good friends. And it all started off by being smart. You know, it wasn't like some skill or some kind of crazy skill. It was just, hey, you know what? Invite someone who's the low-hanging fruit, and then just be real, be authentic, become friends. Don't put anyone on a pedestal, right? And that's another thing with RSD Tyler and all the RSD instructors. I never put anyone on a pedestal. We're all equal. We all are from 3 billion years of evolution. That's when life started on Earth, about 3 billion years ago. And we're all a product of that. So annihilate yourself inside so you can find that which is indestructible. That's what I'm gonna leave you with. I'm gonna join improv in October 27th, I believe. Today's the 19th, so like in a week, I'm gonna join improv. I'm gonna become a badass improv guy. I can't wait. I was gonna do acting, but I don't like to follow scripts. I like to use my own corazon and the fuck is that? Brain, tête, cerebra, something. I don't know what the hell brain is. Anyway, if you're Spanish, post below. Is it cerebra or some shit? Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. This is Farhan. Comment below. Let me know. What do you think about that quote? What else do you want to hear about Brandon? Who else do you want me to cover in terms of my mentors, my stories, something you saw on YouTube in the past and you're like, how did Farhan do that? How does he do that shit? How does he pull that shit off? Right? If it has to do with confidence or public speaking or just being real, let me know. I'm on my 10-day fast, by the way, my first time 10-day fast. I've only done 3-day maximum so far. I'm gonna do a 10-day. Let's see what happens. Please motivate me. Give me your thumbs up like that, and comment. Give me some motivation, inspiration for my fasting so I can continue that, and love you. If you think this video is good, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let your friends know who would like this content, share it with the world. Love you, and see you soon.